What's up and welcome back? I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I took a look at Speak No Evil, the the original one from two years ago, the 2022 version of Speak No Evil, which is like partially in Dutch, so it's also partially in English, and luckily for me, I had already seen the recent James McAvoy remake, which is why I'm doing this, is to release these on the same day. Took me a minute to get around to watching the Amazon did a TTS audio description track for this, but it's not great. So it's not, it doesn't. I'd heard about it, the rumors, and the rumors are true. So first of all, I didn't hate the voice. I've used worse voices before. It made me actually really realize, in knowing that this is TTS audio description, that text to speech, for those who aren't used to the words TTS, click like and subscribe please for more lingo from blind people. Anyway, if you like listening to this voice versus some other voices that I'm hearing that I think are human and some other things, now I'm realizing that when I say AI adjacent narrators, it really is important, because if you're sounding like AI too much, then it really just started, we're losing what makes that part special. So, but the audio description track for this doesn't translate any of the dialogue. So anytime they slip into Dutch, you don't get that. It's just English. So you can understand the English. So it's audio described in so much that they have the actions are audio described, and like the movement and like who these characters are, right? So like you get names and like so and so enters the room. It's not even really that great of an audio description track. Like I've seen much better tracks. Even in just like I love when there's a sex scene in there and they're just like, uh, I can't remember, Borg and Lilith or whatever their names were, make love. Like, well, that's a summarization. I guess it's better than thrusting. So many people in the narration community also just use the word thrust, overuse it all the time. So, but this one just decides to just not describe what's happening at all, or make it, and just is like, yeah, what you're listening to is people making love. We're going to use that term and not describe it. So, okay. I also felt like the violence and gore was really underdescribed. There's a scene towards the end which I feel like is probably more violent than people are letting on to. Because if the movie was this boring, I don't know why anybody would want to remake it. You know? There's like a couple horrifying moments. The movie is different than the remake. The remake went in a different direction. Thank God. The remake went in a different direction. And I prefer the remake now. Uh, uh, Not entirely for all of the choices that it made, but um, like I could have taken some of the choices, but not all of them. Somewhere in there, somewhere in the middle, there's an even better movie where you take some of the stuff that the first movie had and some of the ideas that the second movie had, and then you have a better movie. So, first of all, James McAvoy is just way more like in it than this guy is, playing Patrick. I think his name is still Patrick in this movie. So, yeah, it's just you know, way creepier as a vibe. So he just wins performance of both films. I guess you can watch this if you want. I wouldn't recommend it because this is weird. It's like it's kind of an audio description track, but I wouldn't recommend it because at the end of the day, if you don't watch the James McAvoy version first, where you understand sort of like where the beats are headed, even though this film kind of has different moments, it still is like I felt like I understood what was happening in some of the moments where they were speaking in Dutch because I had seen the other movie. So I was like, well, they're going to do this because it happened in the other movie. But if I'm here just reviewing this movie specifically for an audience, this is really weird. But I'm going to have to say it's unwatchable due to presence of audio description. That is it. That is inadequate. I don't I don't even know how to. I've never given that grade before. I've never had a film that's had audio description where I'm like, I am I still gonna say it's unwatchable? It doesn't translate. You would have to be fluent in English and Dutch in order for this track to work for you, like completely. So, it's a very odd experience. It's a very odd choice to not translate the text. Uh, and I'm kind of baffled. But Amazon has so many TTS audio description tracks that are way worse than this that I've heard before, where you have TTS that just tramples dialogue. So I can't say I'm not surprised. Um, Jolt was one. Kate Beckinsale's Jolt. Oh my God. What a terrible audio description track. I was like talking, it was like having two people talking to you at the same time. And you're like, whoa, calm down. Um, I also really don't like the TTS track that they put on the Terminator. Those are two films that stand out to me as being just like, ugh. So this one could have been better, but because it makes the radical choice to not translate anything that's not in English, and like that's a good chunk of the movie, makes it really hard for me to be like, yeah, this is watchable. You'll be fine. I would say with the caveat, if you watch the James McAvoy remake first, you'll be a little bit more fine. If I were to give it like a grade, uh, I didn't even give the first Speak No Evil that high of a grade. I guess I'll give it like the same and say maybe it's like a C plus. So it's the same grade I gave James McAvoy's Speak No Evil. I don't know. Neither one of these films I found to be tremendously scary. So it's just very thematic. Anyway, that's it. What another roaming experience. Two movies with the same. But what a shitty audio description track. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.